Hey Harmonizers, we are training Pumpkin for a TV show that she just got cast in. So as you can see, I just got in my truck there and Franny's riding Pumpkin. And what she's doing is she's got to be able to gallop down on this truck and be able to unlatch something from the truck. So Pumpkin has to be able to ride really close to the pickup truck while kind of cantering or going pretty fast. So we brought my pickup down to this little spot here down by, it's kind of close to the highway, but it's very much kind of safe and off to the side. And it's a nice sandy path for her to kind of run around on, and it's a straight line. So we were practicing down here and just getting her used to being that close to a truck. Pumpkin's been a total superstar lesson horse for us. Super nice, nice attitude, nice kind of quiet attitude. And this is her first, it's not a movie, it's a TV, first media experience, we'll call it. So we're pretty excited for her. And we always want to make sure we train our horses and set them up for success. So this was practice number 1 for this task. And we don't know exactly how it's going to look or where she's going to be. We just know that she needs to be able to get close to that truck and be able to be comfortable with it. So we did quite a few runs where she had to kind of run up after the truck and get really kind of close to it. And you can see us kicking up the dust a little bit there. And it's definitely kind of a tricky thing to do. I'm kind of driving on the edge there and keeping an eye. And Franny's trying to make sure she gets close, but not too close to the truck. And then we were trying to get Pumpkin to figure out that she has to let Franny tag the truck in order to earn her cookie, earn her little paycheck. And you'll notice that we usually go fast going one direction, and then when I back up, I can turn around, but it was kind of really tricky to keep turning around, so it's just easier to just reverse and go backwards and then just drive forward again, so that way we could repeat it quite a few times. And when we're training the horses, we want them to stay calm and focused and thinking. So we did some like this where we're just walking and Franny tags the truck. And so we're essentially getting Pumpkin just to be comfortable with the truck and going close to it, no matter what speed she's at, sometimes going fast, sometimes going slower. And then that way she's not getting super excited and kind of constantly revving up. We want her to be relaxed through the whole process as well, because that's going to be a lot safer. So this is actually in the direction of going towards home. So Franny did mostly walking going towards home, and then that helps the horses not get too excited or revved up or anything like that. So here's another one when we go off and she's loping along there and practicing moving Pumpkin out. I decided I didn't zoom in on this one so that way you can kind of see just how far we go down and then we stop and work our way to start to come back. The path is actually really nice and sandy, and then kind of around where I'm stopping, it starts to get a little bit rocky and more gravelly. So I thought we'd stop before we hit that. One of the questions that I asked the TV people is like, okay, so what footing is this going to be on? Because if it's going to be on a paved road, you don't want your horse to have shoes on. But if it's on gravel, then we do want to put shoes on Pumpkin's feet to help them, because although we have hoof boots to put on our horse, we use scoot boots. They probably don't want scoot boots in their cowboy looking scene that they're filming. They'd probably rather the horse have shoes on. So that'd be something that we would do. So I'm waiting to get a response about that. But in the meantime, this is kind of the more difficult task that she has to do for this scene. She also has to do some ground tying and some other things, but those skills are pretty easy for her and not going to be much of an issue. This was the only one that she had never done before, so we came out practicing that. It's probably one of my favorite things when I do movies and TV shows and stuff like that, is you get asked to do these really bizarre things with your horses, and it lets you kind of test things out a little bit more and see what your horse is all about. Here's a little different viewpoint here. This is the camera on the tripod at the side of the truck, so you're going to kind of see a different view here as we go off and get going down on the side here. So Pumpkin's cantering off, following the truck, and Franny's got to get close enough, ideally that she can touch it. On this particular one, because I've got the tripod sticking out, she didn't get as close for it. It was a little trickier to film that, so she could figure it out. And you can see we spend some time just kind of hanging out with Pumpkin and just practicing standing still to make sure that she can stand still. A big part of doing movies and TV is making sure that your horse is okay just chilling and hanging out and being boring, because there's usually a fair bit of waiting around as, you know, things are getting set up, cameras are getting changed, stuff like that. So the horses have to be super, super patient for all of that stuff to happen. So we did a little bit of that as we were practicing. As I'm backing up here, that is backing up towards home. So we always like to do slower on the way towards home. We tend to go slowly so that way we're not teaching the horse to run home, which is very, very kind of bad skill for the horse to pick up. It can be a little bit dangerous. And here I didn't zoom in at all, just so that way you could get a sense for just how far away we went. So we weren't doing a huge strip of running. We kind of kept it relatively short. Didn't go down the whole path or anything like that. But it was all just about getting her nice and close. So who would have thought that after getting Pumpkin not too long ago that we would be doing something like this to start to train her for that. Here you can see Franny has to push her over a little bit because she thought she'd go up onto the grass instead. So Franny does have to do a little bit of steering there to make sure Pumpkin stays close to the truck. Her instinct was to get a little bit away from it. So, and then you can see Pumpkin gets her little cookie there. So lots of positive reinforcement along the way. We want the horse to be having a good time during the training and don't want her to have any anxiety or anything like that building up from doing this. So we're going to do another little run down and back. And we really just wanted to repeat doing this until she could lope along the path and be able to touch the truck and not be worried about it at all. So here we did just some walking and trotting as she went in the direction towards home, and I'm backing up there as we go. And of course we have to be super careful as we're doing this stuff that you know, I don't hit her. I have to be paid very much attention and things like that. And Franny's got her helmet on, and we have to be careful and take it slow and steady. But this is one of the cool challenges that you get doing TV and film work, is you get all these weird requests and you never know how it's going to go. So at this point in time, I don't think I'm allowed to say anything about what the TV show is or who the actors are and stuff like that. But when I can, I will definitely let you guys know. And we should be filming in a few weeks' time, or in a couple weeks' time. So that'll be pretty exciting to do that. And as long as I'm allowed to, I will film some behind the scenes stuff for you guys so you can see how Pumpkin does on her first ever TV shoot. And word on the street is that little Bunny might get to come to be a little background horse as well. So who knows, we'll see, but I'll keep you posted. Here was just a fun, different kind of shot I took of my rear view mirror with Pumpkin in the background there. So we had a lot of fun prepping her for this. I hope you guys are excited about Pumpkin being in her first TV show. But thanks for watching, guys, and bye for now.